Alright, so I'm going to show you exactly how I concoct my pre-workout cocktail. Some people call it, what do they call it? Potion? Pre-workout potion. That's a good name. And so it starts with this. This is the base. And this is where the flavor comes from. Not a ton of active ingredients. Actually, I'm just going to review all these. So you got base, pre-workout, 1 scoop. We got acetyl L-Carnitine. And then we have L-Carnitine tartaric acid, very similar. I'll explain the difference in a second. We got glutamine, creatine, and some Alpha-GPC. So what are all these for? Well, let's start with this. Like I said, there's not a ton of active ingredients in this that gets me really excited. The primary one is going to be, it's got some caffeine, not a ton. To me, it's got the ideal amount because I don't want to totally geek out. I don't want to vibrate my way and bore a hole in the floor while I'm trying to exercise. This has got 100 milligrams per serving, which is perfect for me. 100 milligrams is a little bit less than a cup of coffee, a little bit more than 2 cups of tea. 100 is the sweet spot. Additionally, it's got 3 grams of L-Citrulline, which is not a ton, but it's going to give some effect. L-Citrulline is just there to enhance peri-workout pump, mind-muscle connection, and the pump, of course, makes you look cool while you're working. In addition to that, we've got some Beta-Alanine, which I do enjoy, actually. Not particularly. I mean, the verdict is out as to if the 1.6 grams of beta-alanine per dose is gonna actually do very much. Some people say yes. I've heard of people who say that they notice a difference in terms of muscle, in terms of endurance right away from a dose like that. And then I've also heard some compelling evidence that says that you need to take twice that for an entire month every single day in order to actually build up the blood level concentration in order to get the effect that you're looking for, which is delaying muscle fatigue, reducing lactic acid buildup, essentially allowing you to work out harder, longer, better, faster, stronger. And there is no water in that. All right, so that's the pre-workout. And, you know, there's a couple of vitamin Bs in here. So that's pretty much it. Some red beet juice powder. So you can see that's kind of why I chose to incorporate all these goodies. Starting with the creatine, it's a no-brainer. I'm not going to go into it in this video. If you haven't heard of creatine, you live on a rock. And if you aren't taking creatine, then you're dumb. There's no reason not to take creatine. 1 scoop, aka 5 grams of that per day. Next up, we have glutamine. This is particularly helpful if you have a very active lifestyle or you train a ton. It's hard for your body to keep up with the amount of glutamine that it needs to support that level of physicality, both in terms of muscle growth and repair, but also glutamine is really important for your gut. Gut health, proper gut health requires a substantial amount of glutamine, and your body can only make so much. So we add that to the mix. Next up, let's talk about the Alpha-GPC, which, as you can tell, this container is actually a gelato container that I reappropriated and put some Alpha-GPC powder in here. So Alpha-GPC, I really like. I'm liking it a lot at the moment. 600 milligrams per serving is going to upregulate choline production, which is a important neurotransmitter for proper functioning of your peripheral nervous system, aka having some Alpha-GPC in and around your workout is going to help your brain send the signal to your muscles to do the work. So you're going to feel stronger. You're going to be able to lift more weight when this is part of your routine. Love it. Next and last, we've got our 2 different variations of L-Carnitine. We've got acetyl L-Carnitine and we've got a carnitine tartarate. And both of these varieties are good for different reasons. The acetyl L-Carnitine is nice because this format is going to cross your blood-brain barrier, and the effects will be noticed in your brain. What are the effects? So there's a couple of really important effects, really key effects of carnitine. One is that it's gonna help your cell mitochondria do their thing. The mitochondria are basically the little energy centers of your cell that create the energy that the cell uses. So better functioning mitochondria means more energy for your cells to use. When you're working out, that's good. It means you're gonna be able to burn more fat when you work out. I should say in your muscle system. It's good because you'll be able to burn more fat, because the mitochondria is where the fat gets delivered and then turned into ATP for contractile proteins to operate. But in your brain, remember, this goes into your blood-brain barrier, also helpful because your brain cells are going to be able to turn over energy more efficiently as well. So it actually has a nootropic benefit. Nootropic meaning it's good for your brain. So I'll take 2 grams of this for the nootropic benefits, and then I'll take an additional 2 grams of this version, the carnitine L-tartarate, because 4 grams is about the amount that we need to ingest of carnitine in order to get the second set of benefits, which I'm particularly jazzed on at the moment, and that is upregulation of the androgen receptor. So L-carnitine has an effect of increasing the sensitivity of the androgen receptor in your body, which means that the testosterone that's floating around is going to get scooped up more readily. More testosterone signaling, more muscle, more happiness. So, carnitine. And so, just in terms of logistics here, I take all these in the amounts that I specified, and then I put them in these little buddies, and I'll take one with me to the gym on my training days. 4 little buddies, 4 training days, the one happy. So let me know if you have any questions. Obviously, I'm happy to go into the ins and outs of each of these ingredients. I'm also curious what things you might be trying or reading about that could be beneficial to level up your pre-workout game. So hit me up in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.